home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We are Baltimore Positive, positively getting the Maryland Crab Cake Tour out on the road this week. It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. I'll have the Raven Scratch-Offs. We're getting close on that. 6 weeks from now, I'll have the Raven Scratch-Offs. I have the Maryland Treasure Scratch-Offs. It is not Raven season yet. GBMC also puts us out on the road along with Farnan and Dermer. They are the comfort guys, keeping us comfortable. This guy's going to be comfortable because I knew he was headed to the beach because it's summertime, and I'm thinking Stanley Cup's over, NBA's over. You don't really care about the World Cup, although you'll watch.
Here and
How
there.
are you? Leonard Raskin joins us here. He is Raskin Global. He manages money and the American dream for my family and others. And how's your
Yes,
summer
sir.
going, man? It finally feels like summer, though,
Summer's
right? It really
well,
does, right? Kids are
it's
out.
getting there. It's getting there. The weather's getting warm. Pool's open. Sitting by the pool, relaxing. Being at home for a little while. Go to the beach a little bit. Get some sand. I got to get my toes in the sand. You know, when we go on these family adventures, we have a saying in the house that if Kathy and Matthew plan the trip, it's not a vacation. We're touring, we're traveling, we're seeing, we're doing from morning to night. We're going and going. When I plan a trip, it's a vacation. I like sitting by the pool, toes in the sand. I'm good for an occasional, let's go see whatever. Love great food, going to like a major place, but I'm good for a couple hours a day. And then I just want to chill, relax, enjoy. That's vacation to me. The other is adventuring. So I'm looking forward to a little vacation. And
I'm
by the
feeling
way,
the same way, dude. I swear to God, in the last 5 days, I've been thinking, because people are thinking like, man, you've been a lot of places. I'm in South America.
right,
I was out
right,
in Vegas. I ran out to LA and
California,
saw Rush last week.
right, right.
So I don't feel like flying anywhere right now. Like
Yeah,
Luke and I
no,
are having this debate.
no,
I'll let you little backstage because we don't really have a big backstage at
right,
WNST anymore. We used to have a lot of drama. I got rid of a lot of that a long time ago.
absolutely.
More people, more drama. But Luke and I,
Yes.
because the Orioles stink, and because the Ravens don't stink but are really jerks. And by the way, I just shared a pointer journalism thing about sports journalism. I just shared it on Facebook as of Tuesday morning. I shared it, and it's about reporting being gone. The
Yeah,
fact that people like me will never know people like Ray Lewis ever again. It will only be his coworkers that will ever write about him or have access to him in any other way than that 2 minutes at the podium once or
yeah,
twice a week. That's it. Lamar's never going to really know Luke Jones, if even if he does.
right.
So that's a different era, than from where I
Yeah,
am, right? So Luke and I, we don't travel together anymore, right? The
right.
Super Bowl, combine. We used to do that every year.
Yeah,
Spring training was something we did around here for a long time. So I said to him, we got to do something together. We haven't been anywhere, and it's not
that's
like
it.
he's going to go see Rush with me or anything like that. I'm like, what do you really want to do? What's on your bucket list?
Right,
What's your
right.
dream trip
There you
to
go.
Luke? Because I was trying to take him out to San Diego and San Francisco for baseball 2 years
Right.
ago. Last year we went to Toronto. We had a great time, but then
Yeah,
the team
yeah.
stunk, right? It was our fault that they stunk on opening day. And he said to me, I'd really like to cover a game at Fenway Park. And I'm like,
Okay.
well, that's easy. I said, you've
Right.
been to Fenway Park? He's like, yeah, I've been there, but I didn't cover a game. He's like, I was just there as a fan. He's like, while I'm a journalist, I want to cover a game.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
well, it's a $49 flight to Boston.
Right. Come on. Let's
Let's
do it.
figure this out. So
Right.
I have a flight for us, and it's a little
Yep.
bit of a shtick. I don't know whether we're really going to do this or not. I think we're going to do it,
Sure.
but I got a cheap flight and a cheap room. It's on July 21st. It's a Tuesday
There you go.
because Southwest discounts on Tuesdays.
Right.
So we have a Tuesday up and a Wednesday back. I have
Easy.
no agenda other than Luke's going to cover the game,
Right.
and I think Toto is playing their Pier 6 that night in
There you
Ball. I
go.
don't know. But I mean, I'll probably go to the game, but
Right.
Luke's trying to make it like, well, let's see if the game means anything. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. The Rush
When's
concert
the
didn't mean anything the other night. I just went
right?
because I went. It
Right.
doesn't need to mean anything. That's all,
That's it.
right?
That's
If it
it.
means something to you,
Then it
then it's the most
matters.
meaningful thing that
Then it
matters,
matters.
right?
That's exactly it. It's exactly
What are
it.
you and
That's
your wife and kid for? Where's the place you haven't been that you almost went, but you didn't go and you screwed it up?
hmm.
Chile was the place for me and my wife, and I made it
So
right.
I'll tell you this, and I don't know if I've told this story. You've heard this, the Quebec trip. So
What?
about 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I had a conference in Quebec at the uh, whatever it is, Mont Saint Michel, whatever I can't think of the name. The amazing hotel
The hotel up
looks
on the
like a
hill.
castle. Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah, I've been there.
castle.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I had a conference there for 5 days, and we
And when
had
you say
tickets.
Quebec, you mean Quebec City, just so
Yeah,
everybody knows.
Quebec
Okay,
City in
okay.
Canada. So we had tickets to go. We had Air Canada. We had hotel. We had a couple nice dinners planned. It was going to be a beautiful few days.
So you're
And
gonna speak French.
yeah, no, that's the only thing. It
You're
didn't
gonna
don't
have
speak
to.
French. Well, we'll survive. But it's a fabulous city. Great food, crepes on the street. It's just
Was this summertime or winter?
this was spring, late spring.
Okay, I went in the summer. My wife went at Christmas last year. Completely different
Yeah, so
experiences.
this is late spring, and it was going to be beautiful. The day before the trip, as we must, got to check in for the flight. So I check in for the flight. It's 10 years ago, so we're talking 2016. Now, I hadn't been to Canada for quite some time before this.
You don't have a passport?
I do. Hers is expired. Had no idea that since, the old day, you can't go to Canada with a license.
I had that happening to me when the Beijing trip happened with Ripken.
Yeah.
And my wife had been beating on me saying, dude, you're getting up on this. You don't want to be 6 months out on this.
Right.
You don't want to be 6 months out
Your
on
expiration date isn't really the expiration
this.
date.
And
It's got
Ripken
to be at
announced the
least
trip
6
to
months.
Beijing and Guangzhou and Shanghai, China,
Right.
before the '08 Olympics. And
Right.
I had to
scurry.
I had to get expedited.
Right. I couldn't even get expedited.
When I see Cal or
day.
next time I see Ryan, I'm going to let Ryan Ripken know this. Next time I eat burnt hot dogs with Ryan Ripken.
There you go.
On the strip. I'm going to tell him, the Ripken name and the State Department part of the
trip had a little bit of help.
I can't say that I've used a whole lot of government pull, not lately anyway. But
it didn't hurt.
I think I got expedited. I think I had to pay another $80 or something.
Right.
But I got expedited and I made it. Other than that, and the Brazilian,
I called the State Department.
I told you I had to give my passport to the Brazilian consulate.
Yeah.
And this is going to lead into a really good Rush conversation. So continue with your Quebec. So what happened?
So I called the State Department because
the day before you're leaving.
Yeah, because we're here in Baltimore. I could drive to D.C. and get this handled. No, can't do it. No, you just can't do it. It's just impossible.
I've been to that office, so trust me, I know where it is.
So sort of like the Tampa trip, where I ended up with a new living room because I didn't take her to the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
This was not as bad because it wasn't that thing, but she stayed home. She had to stay home. There was just no choice.
Did you go?
It was a business conference. Yes.
Oh my God! You went without her.
Yes.
Oh,
I had to
send her pictures of you eating crepes and poutine or anything, did you?
I had pictures of crepes. Wait, it gets better. So the conference, the business conference, opening night dinner was
Have you
ridiculous.
taken her back yet?
We have not gone.
All right.
It's a place. You asked about a place we wanted to go.
This.
Right. I got it. We got to get to Quebec. So
Quebec's great.
Wait, here's the second part. The next morning I get there. The dinner's lovely. The next morning they have the opening of the conference and they have the keynote first morning. The keynote is never quit, never give up on your dream. It's a woman who played the lead in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway for like 10 years and was, I don't know, what happens when you go to the audition and you don't get the part? Is that turned down? Are you turned down?
Yeah, I guess
You're rejected? So. Whatever. She was rejected 4 or 5 times over the years because that part doesn't just come up. The women that play that, that.
Yeah.
So 5 different times she auditioned and didn't get the part. And she talked about her life story and about what she did and how she prepared and went to the audition and then she got it. And talked about how this is true for any professional that does that, performs. She said 8 times a week she had to walk out on that stage and be that person. And she said, one thing I remember very clearly was somebody in the audience has never seen the show before. and they're got to be wowed about how amazing this show is.
That was the DiMaggio line, right?
And somebody else is coming for the 100th time. They know every song, every word, and you can't screw it up because they know exactly what it's supposed to be. She said, so I had to be on 8 times a week, 40, whatever, 50 weeks a year. She took a little vacation, whatever, for 10 years or however long she did it. And she talked about the stress of that it was her life's dream, and she finally got it. And then how incredibly stressful
how difficult
it
is. Yeah.
And then she finished her talk. It was about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Lights go down, curtain opens, a piano shows up, and she starts singing from the show.
Oh.
It was incredible.
So it wasn't just a keynote. It was a performance.
No. Yeah. And I could not tell my wife how incredible this woman was. And I had my phone, and I recorded her singing, the whole thing. She's never seen
when
it.
I see Kathy, I will not bring it up. When we have crabs at Costas this summer.
Right.
Leonard Raskin is here. He is Raskin Global.
So
the
got to get to
American
Quebec.
dream.
So to go to Quebec.
I will bring Quebec up every time I see Kath.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
The same way you should bring Chile up with my wife.
You know what's funny about it or interesting about it, you asked that, and we've never kind of had the conversation about we should go to Quebec. It's never come up like we should go there. But we have to. We got to go back. Matthew brings it up.
Now,
Matthew
you can
remembers.
tell her that Rush is playing in Montreal.
There you go.
Close.
There you go.
You get there. Ottawa,
close.
Right up the road,
Quebec is not far,
Yeah, parlez-vous. So this brings us to the full circle, because we were going to do Stanley Cup and like all of that.
Yeah, sure.
And the Orioles are on the West Coast. Who cares, right? So I went to see Rush last week. You aware that I was going to see Rush? Like,
yeah.
I think when the tickets went on sale, you and I had a thing, right? You're a Rush guy, right?
Yep. I'm going.
Why are you going? What do you love about Rush?
Oh, it's amazing. I remember back in the day, my favorite 2112.
Oh, okay.
Listening to that whole album,
so you were more on the proggy side.
Man.
I was more on Permanent Waves and Moving Pictures and melodies and sort of the jazzy tones. And
I love
changes.
all their stuff. But that album, yes, it was an album in my bedroom with headphones on. Not with the speakers.
So it goes left to right.
Oh, man.
And like the rocket ship kind of sounds. You feel like you're in space. Yes.
2112.
Well, being stoned doing it, but I wasn't when I was 12.
Okay, I wasn't either. Right.
Yeah.
What year? Tell me.
I can't imagine listening to Rush on drugs in the 80s. Like,
oh my God.
It's awesome as an adult, but I cannot tell you that I did it as a kid. No, I was not a drug kid.
No. Whatever year that was, I had the album. I had a phenomenal stereo. And I had the most incredible quadraphonic headphones. Right. And when
you learned that from the Who,
right? When that thing started playing, and I never in my life, that was just such a fabulous. That hooked me forever.
Okay, well, forever's a long time.
Yeah,
and it's 2026.
So now they're coming, and I gotta go.
And Forever has taken Neil Peart.
Yep.
Alex had arthritis in his hands and was having trouble playing.
Wow.
Alex, by every account in Geddy's book, was not the healthiest man.
Right.
Alex was the guy always smoking weed in the studio. Yeah. Alex was always the guy getting too drunk in the hotel room in Europe and ripping the room up and having
But now
having
they're
the cops
70.
come.
Now they're 70.
So Alex went to some place in Austria and had a medical
epiphany.
Miracle. Yeah, okay, something about, I don't know what they did to him. I have not heard that. I have not heard an interview or hit him on that. When I get Geddy on the phone or Alex on the phone, if it ever happens, I might not even delve so much into the music and stuff because I'm fascinated by this part of it, having witnessed them for 3 hours the other night with Annika Nils.
Yep.
And Lauren Gold, the keyboard player.
Sure.
I went out to LA. I've seen them. I don't know. I was looking through ticket stubs. Yeah. JT the Brick was on last week. He always brought number 53, 52. I have no idea how many times I've seen Bruce Springsteen or Jimmy Buffett or Billy Joel or literally, but I have the stubs and with Rush, it's not like 100 because they didn't tour like Springsteen.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Like they would come out, they would tour, and
Yeah, they didn't do a lot.
I'd see them at the beginning of the tour, the end of the tour. Most of their tours in the 80s, I was a poor kid just
Yep.
trying to get the thought of seeing them in New York was not feasible
Of
the
course not.
first 20
Of
years of
course
their
not.
existence for me,
Right.
right? Like I just wasn't going someplace like that. But as my
Capitol
life
Center was it.
progressed, yeah, as my life progressed into the 90s, I did see them in lots of places. I saw them in San Diego with my cousin in a shed. You know, I saw them in Dallas, Texas. I've
Right.
flown around to see Rush. But one of the things with Rush, and one of the reasons I did not see them 200 times,
Right.
honestly,
Yeah.
they always did the same show. They,
Right.
they would switch out one song, maybe two, in the middle of the set, and they had an A and a B set. And they would play 24 songs. 22 of them were the same every night. From the first night of the tour in Manchester, New Hampshire to the last night in Rio, it was the same show minus a song or two because that's the way they worked.
Right.
That's the way their videos worked. That's the way
Yeah.
everything worked.
Wasn't
Okay?
a whole different show every night.
I'm so fascinated by Geddy Lee that he's my favorite rock star, probably has been since I gave up Tommy Shaw in 1982,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever. And I'm going to see Sammy Hagar next week. I'm going to see the Black Crowes in a couple of hours. Everybody knows Steve Gorman, the drummer, the former drummer, is my friend. He's not in the band. He gave me permission to go see the band, so I feel better about it now, but I don't share it on media because I don't want to offend him. But I still love the Black. I mean, and I love Bryan Adams, so I love my
Yeah. Yeah.
bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rush is one of those bands, sort of like, I mean, I remember the moment that Neil Peart died. I was in a
Yeah.
parking lot at Dave & Buster's in Florida putting together a Lamar Jackson Super Bowl party that never happened in Miami back in 2019. And I cried in the parking lot. I couldn't believe it. I mean, there was no warning,
Yep.
no
Yep.
distant early warning on that. And the Rush thing, I never thought they would play again. I went and saw
Of
Geddy
course not.
3 years ago do his speeches
Right.
with the book.
Yep.
The big bass book, the
Well,
baseball thing.
how would they play again? That was the question, right?
Well, they would find a drummer. They would let Taylor Hawkins, who would have wanted to have been their drummer. There are a lot of guys, and Geddy said in his book, and I don't think he said this on stage as much, but he said in his book, when Neil died, drummers reached to him,
Right.
and he was offended by it.
Yeah.
He was, he just
Right.
was offended by it.
Right.
And because their grieving process was
Right. Like let the coffin seal.
extraordinary for
Yeah.
them, you know, with the
Yeah.
band and their future and their age
Yep.
and their own.
Yep.
So Geddy wrote about that in the book, and in the book, there's no thought they would ever tour, right?
Right.
So the word comes out, what, about 9 months ago? It was around Christmas time, right?
Yeah.
That
They
they were
announced
like,
a half a dozen stops. That was it.
and they were going to do 4 shows in
Yep.
like 8 cities, 6
That's it.
cities. And you went out and spent $1,000. You bought tickets, and I laid a little low because I just wasn't going to spend that much.
Right.
And then they announced a gob of dates.
Yeah. Then they
Like
came out with
American
a tour.
dates and
Right, a
Canadian
tour.
dates. They're in Mexico City tonight, right?
Yeah. Well, there you
So
go. Hanging out with the
then-
World Cup.
then, without playing, they announced European dates.
Right.
And I'm like, last I checked, Alex couldn't grab a guitar. Now, I know they'll figure the drummer, and I know Geddy's going to be spry until he's 90.
Right.
Geddy's like me. He's got a young heart. You know what I mean? So, still wears tennis shoes, you know? Still grows his hair long and does his Maynard Krebs, I should say. Maynard Krebs. So, then they announced South American dates.
Right.
So they're going all
over.
I mean, and they're not doing a couple of South American.
No.
I mean, they're doing 20 dates in Europe. They're doing like 15 in South America, or maybe a dozen. But nonetheless, all of these dates are out. And I don't have a ticket for any of it.
Right.
And then they showed up on the night of the Junos, which is the Canadian Grammys, and they played Finding My Way with Annika.
Yep.
In sort of a kitschy sort of Bastille Day look. They played one song, 3 minutes, started the Junos, dropped the sticks, and said, we'll see you June 7th in LA.
Right.
You are excited about your tickets. My
Absolutely.
friends in Chicago are excited about their tickets. I had a flight to San Diego and LA, and I'm like, I will be at the first show because I've been at the first show the last 25 years of a Rush tour, right? I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma 15 years ago. So I was going to go, and I bought a ticket the night of that Finding My Way, and I spent $215 on my ticket.
Okay.
and I just didn't want it to get more expensive. I'm
Yeah,
like,
sure.
like it might get a little cheaper, but I got a ticket, and which I never do. There was a ticket in my Ticketmaster app for 3 months, which doesn't exist for me. I don't buy
Yeah,
tickets ahead of time
right.
ever. So, my wife's had cancer twice, and we've had Trump already ran the country into the ground one time. We put masks on. So I thinking about buying green bananas at my age, it's sort of like, I'll buy the Black Crows ticket tonight when the rain clears at Merriweather and I can go. So I had this ticket, which is really rare for me. And I wasn't like looking forward to it, looking forward to it, looking forward to it. Like
Right.
I was in South America opening day. I got things to do. I got a job. I'm like, I just prayed that they stayed healthy enough at their age to get
Yeah,
there,
that's
that they could
my
play
goal.
one show, let alone the last show in Helsinki, Finland
Yeah, there you
next
go.
April. They're playing Helsinki, Finland next
You
April
got your
10th. Okay.
tickets?
I'm getting to that. So you are my American dream inspirer. In addition to being an advertiser, and
Sure.
like, but we talk about this American dream all the time. They're like,
Absolutely.
what?
Absolutely.
People that see me on the top of Machu Picchu wonder what gets into him. That nasty Nestor, redneck Venezuelan guy from Dundalk, and Democrat, all that. What gets into him to get on a plane, leave his wife at home while she runs off to Italy, and she's in Maine with her father and her sister right now, running around kayaking, and something I don't. Do I look like I want to kayak? No, I don't. So do I look like I want to hike? No.
Hey, there you
So I
go.
want to hike it on the lawn at Merriweather tonight with
Right.
Chris Robinson and Rich Robinson and John Allen. So for me, this Rush tour, my wife kept saying to me, I can't believe you're not like talking about it. And you're not geeked and you're not listening to Rush and banging 2112 at an insane
Right.
level at 5 a.m. in the basement.
Right.
I didn't think about it much because I didn't want to it'd be like getting hopeful about an Oriole World Series when there
Right.
might not be one.
Right.
So I was just sort of like really low key in it. And I flew out to Vegas and I saw Brian Adams and I saw Rod Stewart before he bailed on San Diego and went to Scotland.
Then went
And
for a
I
drink.
went for a wee dram, as they would say. Uh, so
People are
I
pissed at
showed
him.
up. This is my pathway last week because I haven't had you on. Last weekend, I went to Vegas. I took a train from Baltimore because you're my money guy. You really appreciate
Yeah,
this.
go
So you know
ahead.
what a cheap shape
Right.
I am,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I could not get my points to get me to Vegas quick enough with the 14 days,
Right.
but there
Right.
was a really cheap flight out of Philly. There was a $210 flight out of Philly. It was like
Okay.
14,000 points.
It's a
I'm like, I just
drive.
got to get to Philly by 11. Nah, I can't drive because I got one car, my
Okay.
wife. I wasn't going to make. You already screwed your wife on Quebec. You think I'm going to say to my wife, drive me to the Philly airport, turn
Right.
around and come home?
Right.
Let me out? No, I ain't doing that. So I'm like,
Uber.
how the hell would I get Uber? Exactly.
Train.
You're thinking like me.
Train.
I'm thinking, how can I get to the Philly airport by 11 o'clock on Wednesday so I can
Amtrak.
get to this Brian? Right.
Sure.
$63.
Yeah.
My wife dropped me off at Penn Station at 5
Right.
in the morning.
Right.
I took a 5:30 train to Philly. I
That's
got to
right.
Philly at 7. Do you know in Center City, Philly? I'm just giving you this for anybody listening that thinks I'm a
Yeah.
maniac. Great. I'm giving you really good travel advice.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There is a train
Yep.
from the station in Center City, Philly. You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about, right? Where Penn
Yes.
is, right?
Yep.
There is an
To the
$8.75
airport.
one-stop train to the airport. It's an express
Yep.
to the airport.
Yep.
I did not know that existed. I've driven by that airport 10,000 times. It smells like
Yep.
when you drive by there, going into Philly. I was at the Philly airport, where I've never been. I've only been there once.
Been
I
there.
transferred
Been
a
there
plane
many
on
times.
US Air. I've never
Many
really been to the
times.
Philly airport.
Yep.
It is a catacomb cocoon. It's a hobbit. It's
Yeah.
a bunch of like trails. I walked the Philly airport. I did a segment with Luke in the Philly airport. So I wound up flying to Vegas. I do
Yep.
Brian Adams, Rod Stewart, 110 degrees, hookers here, drinkers there, country boys there, EDM girls there, Wayne Newton over here, all that. I didn't think anything of Rush the whole time I was there, but I was wearing a Rush jacket,
Right.
sweatshirt in the
Right.
casino. People were coming up, tour star, yeah, you in LA? So I had a little bit of that. I took the Flix bus for $36
Oh.
at 5 a.m. at the Fashion
My
Valley
goodness.
Mall on a Sunday morning. It was me and 28 people. It reminded me of my Ravens trips. I
Right.
got on the bus, the Flix bus. For $10, I could have had the seat empty next to me.
There
I
you
didn't,
go.
but it was empty. And I watched the sun come up over the desert.
Driving to LA.
I wasn't driving.
No,
The bus
riding
driver
to
was
LA.
driving.
Right. Right.
So I got a free ride for 36 bucks to LA. My Uber to the Fashion Valley Mall from the Excalibur
Yeah.
was more
Then the bus.
than the bus from Vegas to LA.
Uh,
So I get to LA and now I'm in LA and I'm at the train station in downtown LA
yep.
at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the
Just
morning on
hanging out.
Sunday. And well, it was a special day. You know why? Rush was opening their tour in LA that night.
Right.
So
Right.
now I'm getting like, all right, I'm in LA. I pulled in, came down the mountain, it was
Yep.
cool. And it was a
Did you go
beautiful
to the band's
day.
hotel?
$12.75 nonstop bus downtown LA to LAX, Terminal 1. Threw me out. I get out of the Terminal 1, and there is my bus to the Fairfield and El Segundo waiting.
There you
$5 tip. Next thing you know, I'm in LA. And I went over early at like 5 o'clock, and I went to a liquor store in Inglewood.
Yep.
Exactly the way you think a liquor store in Inglewood would be. Bars up in front of it.
Yep.
And I got 2 tall boys for $2.80, Coors Lights, and I 48 ounces of beer. And I went in the parking lot and I had a little rice bowl, poke rice bowl, and I sat there watching the sunset. And the best part about it, I sat with these 3 fellows from St. Louis and their 82-year-old mother.
Oh my God.
That they flew in from St. Louis. The 3 sons took their
to
mother
see Rush.
to see Rush. And I sat with them having a beer, and everybody that walked by, I was judging their T-shirt on whether it was an original from the 70s or 80s
Right,
or 90s,
right.
whether it was a knockoff or whether it was a modern internet buy.
Yeah.
Because there was so much merch. Just looking at
Oh,
the
sure.
merch that people
Sure.
were wearing was unbelievably awesome. And
That's
then I went in and I had a great seat, and the show was so unbelievable that I haven't talked to anybody about
I
it.
saw some of the video. I saw a little bit of the video.
It
Can you imagine?
I only cried twice during the
Okay.
show. All right.
Okay.
I got very, very misty
Yeah.
when she hit the Tom Sawyer thing.
Right.
I was holding my camera on her about 40 feet away from her.
Yep.
And Alex came in behind her and gave her a big smile behind, and I caught it all on video, and I just started to get like
Weepy.
And so I came home. My wife met me at the airport. She was going to Maine, handed me the car keys, and I had slept all night on the plane. And she looked at me. She's like, she handed me the keys. She's like, I'm wearing a Rush sweatshirt. She's like, how was it? I said,
amazing.
I need to think about this for a week and try to figure out what I'm going to tell Leonard Raskin when I have him on.
There you go.
Because I know you're excited about it.
I can't wait.
Have you done? Now I have 3 or 4 friends have done no research at all.
Nothing. I'm just going.
They have 4 different set lists.
I'm just going.
I don't know
what
night you're going. They are playing 2112 in its entirety on one of the nights.
I saw that. I heard that.
And you just need to figure out what night they're playing Moving Pictures one night.
Yeah.
And then the night I loved the set list so much the night I saw them.
Yep.
That I thought, how could it be better? And it's just different. But the set list I saw was my set list. It had Free Will, it had Vital Signs, it had the songs I love. So I'm just telling you, follow your dream. That even when you're 74 years old and you have arthritis, and you're one of the greatest guitar players in the world, they can
still
fix
want to do it
and put you on stage.
Make it
Geddy's
happen.
there.
Amen.
The drummer's unbelievable. And I guess the long story short for you, my Rush review for you today was that I'm looking at Paris and Amsterdam. I'm looking at Helsinki. And more than that, I'm looking at places in Brazil that they're playing that I have never considered going because they're playing some really weird places. They're playing Curitiba. They're playing Brasilia. They're playing in Brazil. So I think I'm going to go to Brazil in January.
I'm going to Brazil in September.
Are you going?
I am.
Did you already book it?
All booked.
What are you doing? You're going to Rio.
All done. I'm going to Rio.
You taking your wife?
Taking my wife. She has her passport. It's all done. We got our Brazil visas all hooked up, ready to go.
I need a visa to go to Brazil.
You need something online. It's an online thing. You just go online and do a thing.
I'm going to ask my chat about it. I literally was doing this before you came on the show this morning. I was literally looking like.
So I did a Nestor
what
trip.
Rush shows am I going to?
I did the Nestor trip. Jimmy's Seafood and the Ravens are hooked up together to do the trip to Brazil. They've done a whole thing.
That's
like
a place I'll never have a crab cake in my life. But go ahead.
Oh, well, sorry about that. Another story for not another day. Um, but the the they got a whole day. They got the whole thing booked. Hotel right on the beach. They got
Keep
a
your cell phone in your pocket.
oh, believe me,
That's all I'm going to say.
it's always in my
And
pocket.
stay away from kids that might dump ice cream on your shoe.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's all
No,
I'm
you
saying.
bend over, it's over.
Brazil's.
I
I
know.
just told
No,
you
I
I'm thinking
know.
about going to
I
Brazil.
know. No, I
Brazil
know.
is as dodgy a
It's a
place as
tough
I've ever
place.
been.
But the good news is this is
And I've
all
been to Cartagena.
this is all buses and boat trips and all the stuff with the group. It's all an inclusive whole
You're going to have a
week.
great time.
Oh, there's no doubt.
So
And
you're
and
90 days out on going to Brazil.
hopefully the
And then
Ravens
you're going to
will
come back and you're
beat
going to tell
Dallas.
me about how nice and modern Brazil is because I'm going to go see Russian Brazil. That's what I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
do. American dream. This is why we save our money. This is why we
it.
do things
This is
so
it.
that I can tear up 50 feet from Monica Nils at a Rush show in LA.
This is why we do what we do, because there are things in life that you want to do. My
That
thing
you then
was,
want to come on the air and talk about
well,
and
you,
say
you
this
said,
was the greatest thing I ever
look,
did.
you said you couldn't go to New York. When I was a kid, we talked about this enough times. When I was a kid listening to 2112, I was 12 or 13, I was probably 12 years old, 13 years old. There was no chance in the world I was going to ever see this group play. And like you said, they didn't tour much. They didn't come around much. And unlike you, I didn't chase them. I didn't go find them. So the opportunity now to go see them when it's not even a thing is awesome.
All I can say to you is it's going to be better than you even think it's going to be. And that
Right.
is like, there are very few things in life. And that's what I said to my
I'll
wife.
give you- I'll
there are
give you
very
another
few
one.
things in my life that I never thought I'd see again,
Right.
ever in any. It'd be like telling me Elvis is coming back or Tom
There you
Petty's
go.
coming back. Or
Well, I'll give you another one. I went to the Heck Company. You know this. I went to the Heck Company, and I was with a bunch of friends. We went to various Heck Company locations. And what we did was we each bought, back in the day, like 4 or 6 tickets, I don't remember the exact, to see the Who farewell tour at the Capitol Center. 1980 something.
82. I was there.
82. Yeah.
Eminence Front. It's a put on.
Yeah. So I was senior in high school, and all I wanted to do was see the Who's farewell tour because they were the best. They were it. It was it. That was it. So I went. We all went. Whoever got the best tickets are the ones we used, and we sold the rest like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Where were you when I had Blue Oyster Cult?
That's how I got my Who ticket.
Damone, whatever his name was. So we sold off the rest to friends. We had floor seats, 15, 20 rows. I don't remember exactly. I didn't keep the stubs, and saw the Who do the farewell tour, and nothing was more exciting. And then a year and a half ago, no, 2 years ago now, 2 years ago, I'm at a conference down in D.C., 3-day deal down in D.C. I go down at least once or twice a year to lobby Congress about money, make sure they don't screw things up for people that we advise, don't put in stupid rules that, hurt people that we advise when it comes to money. And so I'm down there for this conference, and I'm on the Hill. And that night, we have a free night. And the next night, we have this dinner that you go to if you want to go to at the conference. And I just happened to put in my little phone, concerts near me. Lo and behold, the Capital One Arena is hosting the Who. So I go online, and I'm thinking, this is going to cost something stupid. And Ness, the day of the concert, 10th row floor, right in the middle, was still on sale. Source tickets, like from Ticketmaster, the original, $60. Something stupid, like not scalped for $1,000 on the floor.
They were
10th
trying
row.
to get 1,000, and they couldn't sell it, and they discounted it to $450. Then they discounted it to $275.
$60.
Well, that's because nobody bought it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I asked some friends.
Well, that's what's going to happen with Rush.
I talked to some friends. I said, "Hey, you guys interested in going to see the Who tonight?" They're like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, let's go see the Who." So 5 of us. I bought 5 tickets.
43 years later.
Yeah, we go over to the arena, and we walked from the hotel to the arena. And
well, that's the best when you don't know what's happening.
Right,
it just shows up, right?
And Pete and Roger come out on stage, and they throw on an amazing concert.
Ooh,
And
ooh,
they had this gal who played electric violin,
Oh, I saw that tour.
came out and
Tore it
did
up.
just the most amazing side by side with Pete. Just nonstop. A couple songs, phenomenal. They had orchestra on the stage, amazing. And I'm singing from start to finish of the whole night.
Well, get your pipes ready for
And a
Geddy
friend of
Lee on
mine,
July 28th because
friend of
this
mine,
Rush thing's going to be good.
after the show, it's over, and he goes, "Holy crap, you knew every song." I said, "Dude, that was it." Judas Priest and the Who, they were the two that was it.
We got to get you at the heavy metal parking lot if you're a Judas Priest guy. So,
oh yeah, so those were just stunning. And as you said, I didn't run around and see them. I didn't have any money to do that.
$990, $880, and $770 on sale at the
There you go, Heck
Company box office. There you go.
For the Who farewell tour.
I'll find my ticket stub and hold that up for you a little bit.
There you go.
From September 1982. Leonard Raskin is here. Raskin Global. It is a great summer for concerts.
Absolutely.
Sammy Hagar's running around next week. Merriweather. Big concerts all over the place. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your money. I got back from that Rush thing, and I didn't sleep much. I've got the fever. You know what I mean?
You know
what I mean? I got the fever, and I'm feeling like Geddy's not going to be doing this forever. So
get him while you can. That's my thing.
Leonard Raskin handles money. He handles the American dream. He takes care of my money so that I can do things like be a cheapskate and take a $36 Flixbus out of the desert on a Sunday morning. I'm Nestor. He's Leonard. We're going to do some more sports. By the way, the Orioles are on the West Coast. We're Baltimore positive. Stay with us.